because being buried next to loved ones is so passé. A mausoleum space, feet from Marilyn Monroe's final resting place, is available at Pierce Brothers' Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary in Los Angeles, and will be up for grabs at auction next month. The highest bidder's mortal remains will be interred 2 spots from the blonde bombshell's Crypt, and 1 burial chamber away from Playboy founder Hugh Hefner. The auction is set for November 23 and November 24 in Burbank. Bidding begins at $150,000, but the plot could fetch more than $250,000, like a similar plot, situated 1 row and 4 spaces away, went for back in March. This is a one-of-a-kind chance to spend eternity with 2 of the sexiest stars of all time in the most star-studded mortuary, home to idols like Burt Lancaster, Truman Capote, Buddy Rich, Natalie Wood, Farrah Fawcett, and many more, the auction house touted in a statement. Monroe, a cultural icon, died tragically of a drug overdose at age 36 on August 4, 1962. Her ex-husband and New York Yankees legend Joe DiMaggio organized a private funeral at the cemetery chapel 4 days later. Hugh Hefner, who launched Playboy magazine in 1953 with a nude Monroe on the first cover, was interred in the crypt to the left of the legendary sex symbol following his death at 91 in 2017. The auction will also feature other items of cinematic fame, including Marlon Brando's Godfather script, rife with his extensive notes. Up for grabs is the suit Tobey Maguire wore during the filming of the first Spider-Man film, which could sell for as much as $100,000, along with one of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man suits, and a Batman bat suit donned by Val Kilmer in 1995's Batman Forever. Brando fans can also bid on the actor's Jor-El costume from 1978's Superman costume and a 1947 Omega watch he received for his 31st birthday from Monroe in 1955, shortly after they began dating.